So today I'm going to tell you how to have a great looking lawn. Whether you've got a path like this, you've got a back garden where the kids like playing football, or you just somewhere to relax during the summer. Your start point might well be a lawn like this, which has got some problems in it. It's got some bare patches, it's also got some moss growing. Also, lawns often have weeds growing in them as well. To get rid of moss and other debris, we can use a lawn rake. It's quite hard work, but we will rake over the surface to get rid of the thatch, dead leaves, any debris that's accumulated, as well as raking out the green moss off the lawn surface. You can also get powered lawn rakers, which you can use to scarify the lawn, or you could hire one to do the job as well. All of those things get rid of all this accumulated debris. But that hasn't killed the moss completely. So what you might want to do is to treat the lawn with a lawn care product. And we're going to use a product which is a 3-in-1. It's got a fertilizer in it, it's got a moss killer in it, and it's got a weed killer in it. But the first thing we've got to do is to mark out the area. Now I use metre long canes because most of the products have got instructions on them. We'll tell you how to treat a square yard or a square metre. We can visualise the area that needs to be treated and just make sure we don't overdose and kill off the grass which is there. And once the area is marked out, we can use the product itself. Now, using this particular product today, always wear gloves when you're handling chemicals. Read the instructions carefully. I know a small handful is about all I need to treat a square metre of grass. And all I'm going to do is to sprinkle this on very, very finely over the lawn surface. Try not to leave any clumps. Sprinkle it on one way and then move around the other way and just again very evenly apply the product right the way over the surface. Now we've got to keep pets and children and animals off the lawn which has been freshly applied with chemicals. If it doesn't rain, then we're going to need to water in that chemical. So get yourself a watering can and we'll just water it in to make sure it's soaked down. And once all that product has been washed down, then the area is safe to use. The chemical itself gets to work very, very quickly, and you'll find that the moss killer will blacken off the moss. The weeds should be controlled and the fertiliser will give the grass a new growth. And when you've got the dead moss in there, which looks a bit black, again, get your rake out, rake it out, and the job is done. The other problem you might have on your lawn is some bare patches, particularly if you've killed off moss and weeds. And you've got areas like this where there is no grass growing. And really, whatever time of year that you come across this, any time through from spring to autumn, we can address these problems by sowing some fresh grass seed. First thing you've got to do is just to tease over that soil surface, either with a fork or with a rake, and just lighten the soil itself, remove compaction, loosen up the soil surface so that when we put some seed on it, it's going to grow. And when that patch has been nicely loosened, I can get some grass seed or one of the other products. This is a particular grass seed product. Again, it will give you instructions on the back of the packet and the dosage rate to use, and we'll literally get the grass seed and very finely sprinkle that over the patch itself. You can just tease that into the soil surface, or if you want, get yourself some compost, cover over that grass seed very finely, tapping it down. And the main thing we want to do is to keep that area moist and keep the birds off, because otherwise they'll peck in and start eating the grass seed. So you can get yourself some sheets of polythene and little pegs to cover the area itself and stop the birds getting to it. Keep it watered. If it's dry, water over it. Once you notice grass seeds germinating, you can remove this and let the new grass develop. There are other products around too. This particular one comes in a pack which sprinkles on very easily, and it's got a coir compost added to the grass seed. And if you want, once you've raked over the soil surface, you can literally very finely sprinkle the product onto the ground. Sprinkle some compost over the top to hide it from the birds, water it well, and leave the rest to nature. and that way you'll thicken up a thin grass area or plug the patches. One of your main jobs to do for garden lawn care is mowing. So from early in the year, whatever type of mower you've got, just check and see if you can set the cutting height as high as possible. And from March through into April, just literally cut the grass, leaving it quite long, getting rid of the longest straggly bits of grass. And as we move through the season and your grass is growing more strongly, you can lower the cut a little bit more. And finally, the finishing touches for a great looking lawn is a neatly cut edge. Now on many lawns, you might want to get yourself either some long handled shears or some small ones to trim the edge. But this particular lawn we've got here has got a very useful edging strip tied in, these brick sets all the way around the edge, which means that if the border plants grow out, they're not going to kill the grass, and the grass isn't going to grow in and kill the plants on the inside. It also means when we're mowing the lawn, we can mow right the way along this edging strip here and keep the edge looking good. But you might want to use just a small blade or a tall edging iron, one of these half moon cutters, just to go along the edge once a year and just cut the grass along that straight edge to leave a nicely pristine straight edge along there. So with the moss killed, the weeds treated, the grass fed, the lawn mown and the edges cut, you're all set for a great looking lawn all year round.